Before I could say anything, she dragged me into an alleyway. Right there in the dark. Alice was your typical high school girl, the type you'd have a one-night fling with, according to my friends at least. I was no romantic, but I admit I'd always dreamed of having a girlfriend someday. I was surprised when she came to me one day, putting a note into my locker. I caught her in the act, and she just shyly gave it to me instead. Head bowed, she asked me out on a date, and that's where it all started. For the first month, it was a dream come true. She doted on me at every corner, and I got to know her a lot better. Alice was the daughter of a wealthy CEO, and had never had a relationship before on account of her strict lifestyle. She was a public figure, confident and bright. That was true for the most part. She always ranked in the top 10 for academics, but I noticed she didn't have many friends. I even overheard some girls talking about how creepy she was. I dismissed it, thinking it was typical gossip. Every lunchtime, we'd go on the rooftop and feed each other like some sort of cliché anime couple. I didn't mind it. If she was happy, then I was happy. Our relationship took a step further when we shared a kiss on the bridge to school. At that moment, I didn't care about anything else. Alice was a wonderful girl, and I would never leave her side. One day during school, while I was laying on my desk daydreaming, I felt a hand ruffle my hair. Before me was Yasmin. I'd actually known her for a long time, ever since we were 5. But when high school started, I saw her less and less, and I had basically forgotten about her until now. I walked home without Alice for the first time. Instead, Yasmin and I caught up, and we shared a lot of laughs. Then she asked me if I was happy with my relationship. We stopped. Before I could say anything, she dragged me into an alleyway. Right there in the dark, arms wrapped around my waist, and face buried into my chest. She cried. She begged me to break up with Alice, and about how much she missed me. My shirt became damp with her tears. I stood there in utter shock and terror as Yasmin revealed all the truth about Alice. And that was when I realized it was too good to be true. Why would such a perfect girl like her ever date a guy like me? I felt completely horrified and betrayed by Alice. I had to end the relationship. After that, me and Yasmin parted ways back to our houses. I reached my house an hour later. It was winter and getting dark quickly. I shivered as I entered my house. I was cold, but I'm sure Yasmin wasn't. I smiled as I remembered wrapping my scarf around her. My parents were out for the night, so I retired to my bedroom. The window was open, curtains billowing and drifting. And there on my bed, curled up into a ball, was Alice. In a nightgown. She looked quite literally like a ghost. I approached and sat down beside her. Inside, my heart raced. How the hell did she get in? I brushed aside her loose strands of hair. She faced me. I doubled back, falling onto the floor.
Do you think I'm beautiful yet?
She had the face of Yasmin, quite literally. She had taken her face. Folds of skin and holes where the eyes would have been. I stammered, looking for the words. She stood looming over me, blood dripping onto the floor. I felt a stab into my thigh. I cried out, but Alice held a hand to my mouth. I felt my struggling fade away. My arms weren't reacting anymore.
I loved you for so long,
she whispered into my ear. My hair bristled.
I've been looking at you since kindergarten, longer than Yasmin ever did.
I tried speaking, but my throat was constricted.
You'll love me too.
I felt my finger being lifted. Then Alice put a ring on it.
Till death do us part.
My parents never made it back home. Her parents spent millions covering up the whole thing. And today's my wedding. I smile fakely at the altar. And coming from the altar, she glides down. But whenever I look at her, I see only Yasmin's face, and what could have been, if only she had warned me sooner.